Salutations! This is a short little video explaining how the save system for the Whitewood project works. As we didn't really know what kind of requirements we would have for the save system, besides just a few initial things like saving dialog variables, saving changes in relevant scenes, changing player data and potential inventory, and having something flexible to modify and change in the future, we made something that is a little bit Lego-like. We have a persistent data interface that we put on any objects that we need to save data from, such as enemies that we might have killed, values for bosses, or NPCs in the world, and then, of course, the player character themselves. Then we have a persistent data manager, which is a singleton object, as we don't want to have to constantly build a new one and load data from a file every single time we load a new scene, since we use a lot of scenes in the Whitewoods and wanted to have something that is capable of just persisting between scenes. We then have a save manager, which takes the data from the persistent data manager whenever save or load is called. Those are, of course, functions. That then sends the data to the save to file if we're saving. We currently don't use any encryption, but we do use JSON as our saving format, as our file format. And it just takes that data, saves it down to the file, and of course, that file is then read by load from file, and then that's moved back into the save manager, and all that data is then loaded into the game when that is needed. To manage that, we have a persistent iPersistent data. You have load data and save data. Just two simple functions where you put the modifications to the game data file that you want to store for that specific object. That way, none of the objects know about each other, and you can just quickly prototype from there. We have the save to file and load from file functions, scripts with their respective functions. If you want to add encryption, you simply add it into here where it's written. Game data itself, of course, just needs to have the relevant data listed out. Serializable dictionaries are already here. Dictionaries usually aren't serializable and therefore aren't easy to just store down into JSON files. So here's a serializable dictionary for your use if you have the need. Yeah. Of course, you can check out how the persistent data manager and the file handler work on GitHub, which is down below in the description. Thank you.